And in today's Midday Fix, To Bloom is here with advice on how to turn your outdoor space into a tropical paradise for the summer.
Fix advice on how to transform your outdoor area into a tropical escape using vines that can beat the summer heat. To Bloom is here. You're going to tell us about some of these different species of plants that do really well in the hot conditions. Let's start with this one.
They do. So these are Mandevilla vines, and they're considered tropical in our region here in the Midwest. So, you know, you get these for one season. You can either overwinter them, which we can talk a little bit later, or, you know, you could just get a new one the next year. So this is some of the original colors. This is Sun Parasol, Mandevillas from Suntory. And then we talked a little bit. They are, and they can stand the heat, like they're drought tolerant. So if you forget to water them, let's say for a few days, they're not going to collapse and their blooms are going to drop, etc. So that's why people
can survive very well in the Chicago heat that we have.
Rooftop gardens, outdoor restaurant patios. I've used this at my restaurant in Northwest Indiana. But let's talk about selective breeding. Okay, how do we go from this color to the world's first blue Mandevilla? This is called Bluephoria, also by Suntory. I was ecstatic when I saw these, because when I literally, when my friend Delilah showed me these colors, I was like, get me some right away. And again, they performed really well, especially for busy people like you and I, you know, that work a lot. They can just, you know, you water them regularly, but if you have like to take a little break, they do really well as well.
Yeah, and too, you said this is actually very special that you have this. This doesn't come out of anywhere. Tell me about how you get a color like this in this plant.
It is through years and years of selective breeding, and if I'm not mistaken, it took about 20 years for breeders to actually do selective breeding. Once they see like an orange hint, and then like, this is about 20 years in the making, and then they just like, they start selecting these seeds or the varieties that like show a variance, and that's how variegated like plants come about too. So, and then again, we come from this color to look at this. This is FiredUp orange.
I love this.
This is hot. I mean, talk about tropical. This is like what you want.
This is what you want in the summertime. You want to walk out and see this.
Sipping on cocktails, looking at, like, it's like Hawaii, right? Let's do Hawaii. So, so these are also through selective breeding as well through Suntory. So this is FiredUp Orange, and you can get these at your local nurseries now. They just launched them, I believe, this year or the last few years. Again, so really cool colors.
So these do well in a lot of sunshine as well?
All of these do well, yes. And typically, here's the thing to remember. Any type of flower, houseplants, or fruit, or vegetables that require or has a lot of flowers, they will require a lot of sun. So a lot of sun.
Good to know.
Bougainvillea, you see these in Florida. You see these.
I like this.
And be careful with these, because they do, not that you can't smell them, Melissa. They do have vines. They do have thorns on them.
So just little ones,
So
of
these.
Of course, the first one I touched.
I know, right? So these are really exceptionally drought tolerant as well, and they just bloom all year round. You see these in California and Florida. Scaling buildings and walls. So Bougainvillea, and these come in all sorts of assorted color. Of course, this type of like purple or magenta is just like a hot color. Now, we all don't have room for tropical, so let's talk about something that is actually local that will come back year after year. I literally have these honeysuckle, Honeysuckle is a beautiful vine that is hardy to the Midwest and does really well. It comes back year after year. You just have to sometimes go in, of course, with your handy pruners, and you have to like cut back some of the dead branches just to make sure the growth is like kept at bay, because let me tell you, these can really take over.
They like climb a lot?
They climb a lot, and they get kind of like straggly if you don't actually maintain,
They're beautiful, though, and very unique looking.
And scented.
Unique
and scented. On hot days like this, you can't really smell them, but like on cool evening days, honeysuckle, so dreamy. Like walk through like an arch that's covered with them.
So nice in your backyard in the evening, you know, so you can get that scent. Beautiful. Oh, I love that one.
So this one is not in flower right now, because it's a smaller one that I was able to get a hold of. But this is actually called the red trumpet vine. Stunning, absolutely stunning. It comes in yellow, red, and orange, and it literally is a vine that can cover and fill with like the most beautiful colors. And this in most areas does really well as well.
Okay.
And it's like it blooms year after year.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what? I think my favorite one is the one that you showed. That's the special one. That's the first one of that kind. It's so beautiful. But I love seeing all these plants. And I told you earlier, I'm just getting into houseplants. So it seems like all of these are good for people who aren't maybe that used to doing planting. They seem to take care of themselves a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the thing that people have to remember with tropicals, you don't have to really get rid of them. The thing is, cut them back and actually ease off on the watering. Bring them up to either a bright window or like a dark area like your garage, etc. Make sure the frost doesn't hit them. They'll get a little straggly. They'll become like a little like bare stick sometimes. But you know what? Bring them out in the summer, and let me tell you, you'll start seeing the leaves and the new germinations in the soil. So you can overwinter all of these vines. And I've done that. I mean, I'm a plant hoarder. I admit it.
Well,
you know,
of course,
and you're just starting.
Yeah,
so
I'm just getting started.
Totally going to get addicted to houseplants.
I know. I already am.
So.
All right. Thank you so much for being here, too. This was so fun. For more information and garden help, you can check out social media or 2bloom.com. We'll be right back. You know,